Hello, 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 everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy 22. Happy year of you. How does it get even better? What else is possible now? I wonder. So before we get started, I want to kind of see what we are going to do I think there's going to be several people joining, a lot of people joining. I want to give them a little bit of time to tune in and join when they can. So, what I'd like for all of you guys to do while we're waiting is I would like for you to think about one thing, just one thing that you would like 2022 to mean to you. So, if you fast forwarded a year from now and we're all together and maybe an amazing magical physical location, and we're doing this amazing meditation for the year 2023, and you look back on 2022 and you ask, what was the summary of what 2022 was for you? Think about what that is, and if you feel inclined to share, go ahead and post it in the chat box. So mine is breaking barriers. I'm going to share that there. Share that there. Okay. Share that there. Have a little feedback going on over here. Okay. Share that there. I think that's you. A little feedback going on over here. Is that you? Okay. Share that there. I think that's you. A little feedback going on over here. Is that you? I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know where that feedback is coming from. I don't know what the hell is going on. Is that better? Okay. All right. So if you're just joining us, what does your 2022 look like? If we're standing here a year from now and we're looking back on the year behind, what would your 2022 look like? What do you want it to look like? I wrote breaking barriers. So if you have something that you could add to contribute, that would be great. So let's begin. So I want to share some insights with you about what we can expect in this really exciting year ahead. Okay. Now I want to be very, very mindful and very compassionate when I use exciting year ahead, because it's going to be different for all of us, obviously. So the guidance and the intuition that you receive tonight is going to be really specifically for those of you who are listening here. Okay. So all of our collective energies that are combined this evening, whatever comes through this evening is exactly what we are meant to hear. Okay. That can also be said if you're listening to this in 3 months, 3 years, 300 years, this message pertains to you. Okay. So because it is such an incredibly personal year, I want to start off by telling you something really beautiful about the numerology of the number 2022. First of all, it adds up to the numerological number 6. The number 6 is related to the heart. So anything and everything that has to do with the heart is what we're going to experience this year. It's important to note that that is in physical, in body, mind, and soul. Okay, so let's first of all talk about the emotional body of the heart. What are some of the key concepts of the heart? Love. Love of yourself, number one. Love of your environment, your family, your friends, and love of those who you hold so dear to you, that are a part of your heart. Okay, now relationships are going to be a theme of this year. It's going to be a time where we invest in relationships, where we invest in going further and deeper into the relationships that we have. It's where we become really, really honest with the relationships that are no longer working for us, and we choose differently. It's said, I heard one particular numerologist say that this is the year of marriage and divorce, meaning it's your choice, right? If you've been teetering on the line with some of your relationships, again, doesn't matter if they're romantic, doesn't matter if they're friendly. If you've been teetering on this borderline of these relationships, now is going to be the year in which you decide to either recommit and go further into those relationships, or you decide to create something new and to create something different in those relationships. The other thing that is also equally important to remember about those relationships is if you're looking to have a new relationship, this is the year, my friends. Okay. This is the year where most likely you will seal the deal, as they say. And I'm saying that specifically to this body of energy that I feel is with me tonight, because so many of you for so long, so many of us, I was on that journey, and I have been on that journey with so many of you as well for the last 3 to 5 years, is really, really reacclimating and rediscovering what relationships actually mean and what they mean to you, and how you show up in them. One of the ways that we always can go and look back in our relationships and say, you know, what I was asking for when I manifested that relationship was so different from what I'm asking for now. And so let's recheck in with ourselves and ask, what are we asking for in our relationships now? And if the number one thing that you're not asking for or including is you, then go back to the drawing board and start all over again. Because now more than ever, your relationships must include you. They must begin with you. They must start with you. If they do not, they are going to be one-sided. Okay? You know that old adage that they used to say all the time, like your soulmate is somebody who completes you. Your soulmate is someone who is your other half. And what I know to be true is that that couldn't be the biggest fucking lie that they tried to sell you, because it means that you're looking for something that you don't have. It means that you're looking for something or someone to complete or fill a void. So instead of instead of holding on to this preconceived notion of what relationships are, let's create something new. And let's really, really honor that the more whole and complete our relationship is with ourself, is the more whole and complete our relationships in every aspect of our life are going to be. And it doesn't matter if you've been with someone for 3 weeks or if you've been with someone for 50 years. You can create a new relationship with them immediately right now, today. But start with yourself and ask yourself, how am I showing up in this relationship? What are the things that are triggering me in this relationship or with this person or with whatever it is that I need to look within myself to see, how can I show up differently for myself? Because if you show up differently for yourself, you may show up differently for somebody else. Okay. So that's the gist of the number 6, the energy that we're going to experience now. It is something that should be said that all of our relationships, again, all of our relationships are going to become much more intimate. They're going to become more personal. After having been locked away and pushed away for so long, my awareness is, please do not quote me on it, but my awareness is that we are going to begin to come together without fear more towards the spring in the second half of the year. Okay, we will have intimate parties again. We will do these things with our friends that will create long-lasting partnerships and create miraculous things for the world. Because one of the things that's happening too is that we are being brought together to see how much our desires reflect each other. And so all of a sudden, when you're attracting these like-minded, like-hearted people into your life, the desire to change, to grow, to transform, to become something so much better and so much greater is done exponentially when it's with another person. And so if you don't have a spiritual family, I welcome you into this spiritual family. If you're here, it's because we are all of like-minded, like-hearted body and spirit and mind. And Do that in every aspect of your life. Find that place where you feel that push to become greater for you, greater and greater for you. So that's the energy of that number 6. Okay. One of the things, what I'd like to do now is I'd kind of like to focus on the energy of the new moon. How crazy is it that here it is, the second of the year, and it's also the new moon. And it's the new moon, and it's the new moon in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign of the hard worker. It is the sign of he who manifests. It is the sign of he who is of structure. He is of significance. He who is of black, white equals gray. 1 + 2 = 3. That is him. And tonight we want to actually utilize all of that energy to combine and bring all that metaphysical energy in. So, Capricorn is also an energy that tends to be very rigid. Rigid is a good word. Rigid because things really have to be their way, because that's the way they see them and that's the way things should be. So what does that mean? That's a boundary. Now, how many of us here are lacking in the boundary department? How many of us could use boundaries in our life? Now is the time to manifest and create those boundaries in our life that are going to help us manifest those greater things, those greater potentials that we know. Now, here's something I want to propose to you. Every single one of us has something which is our go-to when we talk about, let's say, New Year's resolutions, even though I don't believe in that. I doubt you do either. But let's say, what's easy for you? So my New Year's resolution is, I'm going to read this amazing book by Dr. Dane here and Gary Douglas, and I'm going to apply those things into my life. Is that so hard for me? No, because that's what encourages me. That's what fuels me. That's what excites me. That's what contributes to me. Is it so far off from something else I would be doing? No. But if I said, and I'm sharing my personal story. But if I said, you know what, I'm going to learn, I'm going to become, I want to be better in bookkeeping, or I want to be better in math. I want to make a commitment to work on my finances, the structure of my finances, all of those kind of things. For me, that is hard work. For me to sit down, to look how to bookkeep, to do structures, to do all of these things, those things are hard for me. And so in this new moon, what I want you guys to do is I want you to think of something that you desire. It could be in your body, it could be in your mind, it could be spiritual, something that you would desire to go after, to implement and incorporate into your life that is not your normal go-to. So if your normal go-to is you go to diet and exercise, because hello, it's the new year, we're all going to be doing that, right? Once you go to diet and exercise, and all of a sudden by January 31st, as my auntie says, your gym turns into a bar. Well, then what will it take for you to find what the underlying energy of that is, to push that forward so that you can actually achieve those health and fitness goals that you want to achieve? You probably say, oh, I would love to go to the gym, but you know what? I'm going to read my self-help book, or I'm going to study this, spiritual modality, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. All of those things, they're probably easy for you. This is the time. And tonight we want to really manifest and ask for all the energy that is required of us to push that through in the biggest and best way, so that all of those things become the infinite possibilities that they truly be. Okay. And so for tonight, in this energy, let's also focus on what we know would make us a better person. Okay. Capricorn being the sign of hard work. What hard work can you integrate and activate into your life to make you a better person? And what does that mean, a better person? Interesting point of view, but I ask you for you to answer that on your own. A better person, how you show up in the world, a better person in your life, a better person for you, more of you being you. So allow that to be your hard work. How much more work would be required for you to become more of you? And what if we began to ask ourselves every day, How can I become more of me? And whatever it is that I choose to hide behind in order to, let's say, block the being that I truly be, my amazing infinite being, I'm going to make a commitment today that my hard work is going to be to overcome that. Okay. Hard work is also a judgment. I don't love that word, but because it's so associated with the energy of Capricorn, I think it's important to use tonight. But whatever the energy of that is to you, that's what you will apply. I also want to talk about hard work as it is something that is may seem like a paradox, and that is relaxation, and really allowing yourself to nurture and take care of yourself. Many of us don't recognize and realize that sometimes that's the hardest work there is. Yesterday, I got super sick on New Year's Eve from, and not from tequila, unfortunately. I got super sick from something I ate. I got food poisoning, and all New Year's Day, I was like down for the count. I didn't move from the couch. I think we binged like 3 Netflix shows, and I didn't even look at my phone. That's how down I was. And I said to Guillermo at one point, I said, you know, I said the greatest thing about today is the fact that I did absolutely nothing but sat here and enjoyed this day with you, watching TV, absolutely not giving a shit about anything. And I said, the only thing I would ask is to not be so sick. And so, where in our lives could we actually choose to inject our hard work into taking care of ourselves, to inject hard work into relaxing, to inject hard work into making you a priority? I think also for my awareness about when I talk about the energy of the heart, think about the physical organ of the heart, okay? The physical organ, you always know when your energy is exerted, right? Because your heart pounds. That's your first indicator, right? Of fear, it's your first indicator of like being out of what do they say? Out of breath, meaning like you're out of shape. Your heart is racing, all this kind of stuff, all that kind of stuff. So this is the year of your heart. And so what nurtures your heart the most? And what will it require? What will your physical heart require to feel within it a complete sense of complete rejuvenation and feeling physically strong and capable of supporting your physical body and your infinite being all at once? So that's something we're also going to work on in the meditation as well. So again, what we're saying is do more of whatever it is that you don't normally lead towards. Okay. So whatever those things are, those resolution-y things that we talked about, use them a little bit differently, and use them a little bit differently, choose them a little bit differently, and push yourself. Let's make that commitment today. Okay. So, and remember, there's this energy too that we can no longer think outside of thinking about the world, right? We can no longer just think for ourselves. We can no longer just um, sit in our corner and do our things and think that they don't affect the rest of the world. And so, one of the ongoing themes that we're going to start to see and feel, and we have started to feel it since 2020, is this energy of transition and this energy of transformation into a new world, into a new way of being. And so the reason that we have all this support energetically to create these structures in our life, to create more systems to be able to exponentialize our potential, to be so incredibly attuned with attracting people into our life that support us. The bigger picture of that is that we're doing it for the world, guys. You know, we're doing it for the world, and that energy that we're contributing to is something that that in this time, in this age of Aquarius, will only exponentialize. Okay. So that being said, let's go ahead and begin the meditation. Let me just see if there's anything here in my notes that I wanted to Balance is very important. Balancing between that energy of work and your home life. We spoke about that a little bit. Responsibilities. Yes, this is something else. The number 6 also represents responsibilities. So we're going to talk about that in the meditation. I was really asking for some downloads about that. But responsibilities are not only, you're going to start to see that they're not only your responsibilities, that they're collective responsibilities. And those things are super, super, super important. And last but not least, the most important thing is to lean with love. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin the meditation. Hello to everyone. Aw, I love you guys. Okay, so get comfy. Make yourself comfy. And do you remember that question that I asked for those of you who may have joined late? The first question I asked to propose this energy off with was, if you fast forwarded to a year from now and you looked back and 2022 represented something, thank you, Donna. Absolutely. The Capricorn himself. If you think about what you want 2022 to look like, what is it? So, for example, I said breaking barriers. I said I want to look back at this time in 2022 as a year that I broke boundaries in every area of my life. Okay. And I feel personally that I'm going to be pushed to do bigger things, and that excites me, but I'm also know that I have to learn to relax. So I am learning to relax. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go ahead and close our eyes. Let's close our eyes. Get comfy, whatever that means to you. Get comfy. And now let's begin. Let's begin by taking 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. On this journey. And now I want you to look at your heart chakra and imagine this beautiful ball of light in the center of your chest. And as you focus your energy on this ball of light, you imagine this ball of light growing brighter, brighter and brighter and brighter. And as you focus your attention on that light, you begin to feel this sense of connection, this sense of communion, this sense of oneness and peace. And as you focus on that ball of light and it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, imagine it expanding outside your physical body. And as it expands outside your physical body, imagine it expanding out beyond there into the room that you're in. All these energetic atoms and molecules contributing to you, gifting and receiving to you at all times. And as you expand out past there, past the room that you're in, You expand into the city or the town. Feel connection between you and everything that is around. Expand out beyond there to the state, and through the state into the country. Imagine your ball of light connected to everyone in your country. Imagine that energy expanding out beyond there to the continent, to the bodies of water that surround your continent. Expand out beyond there, further and further, until your ball of light encapsulates other continents and other bodies of water, until your ball of light is one with everything in the world. From this place, you can feel, you can know, you can perceive the unlimited connection. No distance, no separation. And as we expand out beyond there, we expand out into outer space. We push past different planets and galaxies in the Milky Way. Feel all those energies contributing to you, becoming one with you. Expand out beyond there, further and further and further, until the edges of the universe, until you come to the edges of the universe and you expand out into the infinite galaxies beyond the known. You expand into different layers of light, some light, some dark. Imagining all of those energies contributing to you, gifting and receiving at the same time simultaneously. Expand out past there into the beautiful golden-like light. And as you feel this golden-like light contributes to you, allow yourself to expand through the golden-like light. Expand into the jelly-like substance light. And through the jelly-like substance light, into a beautiful pink haze, which is the law of compassion. And as you expand out through the law of compassion, you enter into the seventh plane of all that is, the plane of oneness, of creation, of complete totality. Imagine your ball of light dissolving into this energy. From here, you feel this infinite connection to everything in the universe. And so from this place, I'm going to ask for some downloads. For those of you who may be joining, downloads are energies that we're receiving into our subconscious, into our spiritual body. All you have to do to receive a download is just say yes and allow it to activate into your life, and then it will manifest in your physical world. So would you like to have the highest definition, the highest understanding of what it means, what hard work means? That you know what hard work means for you, and that you know how to allow yourself to embody hard work as it contributes to you, it brings you success, it brings you that feeling of accomplishment. So, would you like to know what that feels like in every cell of your body? And all those previous judgments and points of views and conclusions and expectations that you have about hard work, that people have told you about whether you're lazy or you don't work hard or anything else, any projection and expectation that somebody else has put on you about hard work, about your perception of hard work, can we please destroy and uncreate it? Right. So this is personal. What is your hard work? What does hard work mean to you? And would you like to know what it feels like to be able to activate within you all of the atoms and molecules that are necessary for you to embody and embrace what it means for you to incorporate this energy of hard work into your life? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to be compassionate with yourself, to allow yourself the space to grow, to transform, to learn? If you'd like that, say yes. And would you like to know what it feels like to eradicate and eliminate completely the word failure from your life? Anything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy it and create it? You're holding on to failure as something to teach you something greater. And we want you to know that you can learn to grow through achievement, through success, through learning. So it's not failure. Failure is not the let's say the energy that you're attaching yourself to. It's the energy of everything that you do is successful. Even if it doesn't turn out or work out the way that you want it to work out, who are you to judge whether or not something is successful? And what is the energy underneath that you're really, really striving for? Is your success determined and based upon what other people are telling you? Is it based and determined by your environment? Is it based and determined by your parents, your lineage, your culture, your everything? And what is yours? Anything. Who does that belong to that doesn't allow you to know the driving source of energy for you that is success? Can we please destroy and uncreate it? Beautiful. And so you see too now, as you begin to become clearer and clearer and clearer with who you really be, then all of a sudden you become this vibration, a true vibration of who you truly be, to align with other like-minded, like-hearted souls. So would you like to know what it feels like in every single cell of your body, that it's safe for you to open your eyes to welcoming in those around you that will contribute to you? You know, something that I'd like to share with you about the sign of Capricorn is the sign of Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. And as we all know, Saturn has rings. And what are those rings made of? Ice. When you meet a Capricorn for the first time, it is very likely that they are going to appear very icy, very cold, very distant. That is because they do not trust easily. Okay? In order for you to earn a Capricorn's trust, you have to melt the rings around them. So, what is that energy in your life? What are your rings? What are your rings of ice? What are you unwilling to melt to allow other people into your life? Anything and everything that doesn't allow that, can we please destroy and uncreate it now? Yes. Oh, vulnerability, right? It's like all that juicy center of who we truly be. Would you like to know what it feels like, and that you know how to tap into that, and to know that you're safe to be in that energy? You're safe to completely, completely, completely align with that energy? If you'd like that, say yes. The courage to be vulnerable. Would you like to know what it feels like? Then you know how to have the courage to be vulnerable, how to live your life in vulnerability all the time? If you'd like that, say yes. So what doesn't allow us to be vulnerable? Judgment. So everywhere and anywhere in your life that you are allowing judgment to control whether or not you can be you i.e., be vulnerable, can we please destroy and uncreate it? Right. So, in that space, I see that you're connecting. That is the space that you can connect to whatever this. You've got a gift, okay, my friend. You have got a gift, an incredible gift that you're afraid to share with the world, or maybe you don't even know that it's a gift that the world wants to see. Okay, but it's like it's something. It's something that really, really, really is going to contribute to helping someone, a group of people, masses, whatever. It's aligned with your soul path, your plan here, and this will come to you as you melt those walls and barriers and allow the vulnerability, the courage to be vulnerable to come through. So anything and everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, know, perceive, and receive your infinite potential to change the world right here, right now, can we please destroy and uncreate that? Reaction, 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 reaction. Reaction is one of the walls. This is something that's coming up. So everywhere you're choosing reaction as a form, reaction and resistance. Yeah, reaction and resistance as a form of protection for you, for these, as your icy wall and barrier. Can we please destroy and uncreate that? Why do we react? We react because we have to protect ourselves, right? We react because we're defensive. We react because we don't agree. We react because we choose to see something as wrong, but then who's really the judging one here? Is it you or is it the other person? When a gun is pointed at someone else, if you're pointing a gun at someone else, 3 fingers are pointed back at you, right? So everywhere in our lives that we choose to hold on to the energy of judgment as a way to protect us from being vulnerable, can we please destroy and uncreate that? Oh, you guys are on fire tonight. Relationships. Let's talk about relationships. Because now you see, once we've melted the walls and barriers, then all of a sudden we become more open to different relationships. So would you like to know what it feels like to attract into your life healthier, solid, more grounded relationships that contribute to you and to the world? If you'd like that, say yes. And I'd like to also add, what will it take for us to eliminate and eradicate gossip from our lives? Truly. He said, she said, this said, that said, all that kind of stuff. Instead of jumping into these energies, what if we choose something greater? Okay. For some reason, a lot of this energy of gossip has been coming up in some of my sessions lately. And it's really, really something that we fall so easily into. But we fall easily into it because it's one of our walls and barriers. Because if we don't fall into gossip, what else will we talk about? What else will we engage in? How can we choose healing beyond the gossip to become the form of the norm, to become the norm? So how can we choose healing instead? Anything and everything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy it and create it? Amazing. And so would you like to know what it feels like to be true to you in your relationships? To be able to have all of you, to show up in your relationships as a full and complete individual. And from that place of being a full and complete individual, attracting into your life a full and complete relationship, relationships, business, romantic, financial, all of them, artistic collaborations, attracting those energies into your life. And what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, and possibilities can you and your body be to be in complete allowance of those energies into your life? Anything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy it and create it? Amazing. So now I'd like to actually ask if we can all contribute a healing to our heart, to our physical heart. So what I'd like to do As I like to ask your permission with the energy of the creator of all that is to do a healing on our heart. Many of us have been through many, many, many battles in the last few years that have left some scars, some wounds. Allow us to heal our heart today, now, in this moment, instantly. And now what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to hold space for someone who you have given your heart to, and open up your space to ask the Creator to do a healing on their heart. And now I'd like for you to focus on the world, the globe, and I'd like for you to see her heart pulsating in the center of the earth. And ask the Creator to contribute a healing for her heart. And let's also imagine all the energy of COVID-19, everything that it has brought, every mutation, absolutely everything. And I know we are so fed up with this. We are so frustrated by this. Whatever that means to you. But what if that resistance was all that was making it continue to grow? So would you be willing today to actually surround this virus and all its mutations and send it unconditional love? Send it unconditional love. Allow this to be the tool with which we operate every single second of our life this year and all years forward. If something or someone comes at you and attacks you, how can you choose to combat that energy with love? Sometimes that energy is love of yourself, and sometimes that energy means getting out of the way. Sometimes that energy means protecting yourself. But it doesn't eradicate and eliminate that you can't send it unconditional love. As you send it unconditional love, you allow it to feel that presence, to choose differently. Listen, something else is popping for me too. I would really like to particularly send the United States of America and all the leaders and all of those who are in positions of power or control, I would like to send them unconditional love. Next month, the United States is going to enter into this phase called Pluto returns. I'm not going to go into it too deeply, but there's going to be a lot of changes in the United States. And we just want to support, and all good, by the way. I just want to send all that energy to the leaders of the United States, to the people of the United States. Unconditional love. Last but not least, can we download you with unconditional love? That you are unconditional love, that you be unconditional love, that unconditional love is your birthright. If you like that, say yes. When you're ready, rub your palms together. Faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. Now take your palms and put your palms over your eyes. Your eyes are the windows to your soul. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Allow that energy to come into your body, into your being. Now place your hands on your heart. Congratulate yourself and thank yourself for being here, for coming here to participate. And how does it get any better than that? What else is possible? If you enjoyed this meditation, I wanted to share that we have a program called the Daily Download that happens every day. It's 15 minutes a day, and at 8:45 a.m. In the Eastern Standard Time, and we start the day off with a brief 15-minute meditation, consciousness and meditation, just like the one we did tonight, but shorter, for your everyday. If you would like to learn more about that or to sign up for that in that program, you can visit my website, theprovocativeintuitive.com. It's something that's very, very dear and very precious to me. And the community of people, most of which are here tonight, are people who we have grown to really create a family between us. And we always look out for each other, and we're always supporting each other. And my desire and my dream is to grow this family so that this energy can everybody can feel supported by this energy. So if you would like to join us, I would like to invite you. You can visit my website to learn more. And thank you all. Yes, exactly. Unconditional love to Miss Rona and her variants. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. How does it get any better than this? What else is possible? And what grand and glorious adventures await us in the new year? All right. I'll see you guys very soon. I love you very much. Mwah. Bye, guys.